Amigos de los 40, es un gusto saludarlos como siempre, mi querida Riva Pop Music y yo, Gaby Cam. Hoy acompañadas, estamos muy emocionadas, creo yo, de tener con nosotros a una artista que pues es maravillosa, es muy joven, nos ha llegado al corazón con su música y hoy está aquí contándonos sobre su nuevo sencillo y su próximo álbum, así que les presento a Olivia Rodrigo.
Hello! Welcome to Mexico, Olivia. We are excited to have you here with us.
Oh, thank you. It's so great to be here.
It's fantastic. You know, the first time I heard about you was obviously with Driver's License. It was 2 years ago. That was your first single to the world. And now you're releasing Vampire, Thank Gods. How's that feeling of releasing, again, a new single, but this time around? How's your mindset around this?
Yeah, I mean, it's very exciting, but obviously very nerve-wracking before I put it out. I was kind of a little terrified. It's a different experience this time around. I feel like last time when I put out Driver's License, I was kind of very green. It was my first song that I had ever put out on a major label, and everything was brand new, so I kind of had this like naive like courage, like yeah, let's go. Like I didn't even know that people were going to listen to it. So now it's definitely a different experience, but I feel really, really grateful for everyone showing so much love to the song and so much love for this new project. So yeah,
it's such a smash.
Thank you.
Bueno, Riva le preguntaba a Olivia que ella la conoció hace un par de años con obviamente Driver's License y ahora pues cómo es distinta la sensación de lanzar un nuevo sencillo. Ahora que ya el mundo la conoce y ella dice que, bueno, obviamente la primera vez todo era nuevo, era emocionante, sigue siendo emocionante, sigue provocándole muchos nervios, pero al mismo tiempo pues es una experiencia completamente nueva porque ella sentía que estaba tal vez un poco verde y ahora pues ya siente que las cosas son distintas. And you know, talking about that, you said you felt a little green. Well, in which areas do you think you have grown the most from maybe your first album to this one?
Yeah, I think I've grown so much. I think just the luxury of experience, and I got to go on tour and meet all these people and just have a little bit more experience under my belt has definitely given me a lot of confidence. And I think I'm, you know, just older than I was. I put out that song when I was 17 and I'm 20 now, so I just feel, you know, a lot more confident and mature.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
Gaby le estaba preguntando a Olivia, porque mencionaba que estaba un poquito verde, que en qué aspecto siente que ha madurado y que ha crecido más de ese primer álbum, ahora estar lista para lanzar Gods. Olivia le decía que por supuesto ella sentía que ha crecido en el hecho de que antes tenía 17 años cuando sacó Driver's License, cuando sacó Sour, y que bueno, ahora ya tiene 20 años, pero que también el hecho de estar presente en el mundo de la música, de estar girando, de estar haciendo lo que hace, la ha llevado a sentirse mucho más preparada y más lista a nivel personal, a nivel artístico y a nivel creativo, y que eso pues es totalmente hermoso. Olivia, let's talk about Vampire, because I love it. It takes you on a high, but it takes you on a low.
Yeah.
It's such a crescendo song,
yep.
And I love it. Was it intended to be like that since the moment you wrote it on the piano?
Yeah, I think that was actually something that my producer and I, Dan, we kind of figured out over time. I had just written it on the piano, like super small and chill and kind of like a ballad, but I've always loved songs that are super dynamic, that go really high and really low. And so as we were kind of producing the song out, we were like, I wonder what would happen if we kind of built it up entirely and it just, you know, hit this like big crescendo at the end. And I'm really happy with the way it turned out.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
And you know, I wanted to ask you also about Vampire, the crescendo. How was to channeling that anger in the voice recording booth, like for that to go in those emotions and channeling all that?
Yeah, it's actually so much fun. I was a child actor when I was younger, and so I have lots of experience, like kind of on sets, just being really dramatic and like acting my heart out. And so I think that kind of helps sometimes when I'm in the vocal booth recording.
Of course that helps, come on.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to translate now. Riva le preguntaba primero un poco por Vampire, por cómo está construida, que tiene sus altas, sus bajas y que es una canción que va increciendo, o sea, que va creciendo, que va haciéndose cada vez más dramática, que sí siempre la planteo así. Y Olivia decía que sí, que de alguna manera sí con su productor Dan siempre plantearon eso, aunque al principio tal vez iba a ser una canción en piano, después les encantó este momento de drama. Y Riva le decía, bueno, pero ¿cómo canalizas este enojo que tienes contigo misma, que fue lo que inspiró la canción? Ella lo ha contado en el estudio de grabación y ella decía, bueno, es súper divertido, yo tengo experiencia como actriz, así que podemos decir que se me da hacer esto con la voz. And, well, I love how open you are about the stories behind your songs. I love that we always get to see and to know what was going in your life, what was going on. I'm curious whether or not when you put something so personal out there, is it hard for you to think that people is gonna make this song yours? At some points, are you like, should I release this or not?
Yeah. I mean, it's definitely a weird concept and a weird thing to do for your job, but I treat my songs kind of like they're my diary, and I just write however I'm feeling, and I try not to think about it being perceived or listened to by others when I'm in the moment, like sitting at the piano writing. I think kind of those nervous feelings and those fears kind of come when I'm like about to put the song out, but I try not to get too in my head about it. I think that it's fun to just kind of write a song just for yourself.
Yeah, of course.
But
it's ours now too.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
Yeah, yes, and then you put it out and it's other people's, and that's beautiful too.
And people go out there dedicating your song as if they had written it, which is amazing.
Yeah, that's the beauty of songwriting, the beauty of music.
Yeah, the beauty of music that connects us all.
Totally.
So, a Gabriela le estaba preguntando, Gabriela.
Gabriela.
She
just don't call me Gabriela. She has never called me Gabriela.
This is the first time I call her Gabriela.
Serious,
this is getting serious. Gaby le estaba preguntando a Olivia por el hecho de, bueno, escribir canciones tan personales, porque Olivia siempre ha sido una persona muy transparente a la hora de escribir sus letras, de compartir esto con el mundo. Gaby le preguntaba que cómo se sentía con el hecho de si tenía nervios ante la anticipación de presentarle las canciones a las personas que luego iban a tomar como suyas, que iban a dedicar y pues a poseer, por decirlo así. Y Olivia dice pues que siempre ha tratado sus canciones como su diario personal, que realmente lo ha hecho con toda la transparencia y el amor del mundo, y que siente que de parte de eso sale la conexión que pues logra tener con sus fanáticos, y que pues para eso se trata el hecho de escribir música, y que dice que es algo raro de pronto para hacer como por profesión, pero que es algo en lo que pues está totalmente dedicada, y pues siento que la conexión es indudable. Gaby le decía, pues oye, más que la gente pues debe sentir que las canciones son tuyas, y Olivia decía que sí, que justo al momento antes de lanzar una canción de pronto se le vienen estos pensamientos de nervios y un poquito de ansiedad, pero que trata de no sobrepensar mucho, y pues que le gusta es sacar nueva música al mundo, y que se siente muy halagada de que la gente se pueda sentir identificada con sus canciones. And about the anticipation of releasing new music, a new album, a new body of work, that's precious, you know, because when there's the concept of an album, there's like a Polaroid of that moment in your life.
Exactly, well put.
It's been 2 years, totally exciting for you. Let's talk about the mindset when you started writing Guts.
Yeah, I mean, it was definitely a different process than writing Sour. I wrote Sour when I was 17, and I was just kind of heartbroken in my bedroom, just writing songs just to get things off of my chest. And this time it was a little different. There was definitely a lot of pressure and a lot of anticipation and kind of nervous energy. And so I think I had to approach writing songs differently. I think I had to remind myself that some days I just had to show up even if I wasn't feeling totally inspired. And I think it kind of taught me more so the craft of writing a song rather than just letting inspiration take over you, which I think is a useful skill. But I'm really excited to put it out. I'm really proud of it.
That's beautiful. That discipline of putting yourself out and like doing it, it shows so much like grow up. So
yes, definitely.
That's beautiful.
And yeah, like honestly, to be so young and be so focused, I have to tell you, we admire you.
Yeah.
Because we're like 100 years older than you.
No,
but we
even.
still look at you and think, you know, really you are inspiring, and I think that's what we love about you, Olivia.
You guys are too kind.
I'm sounding super cheesy right
No,
now.
it's so sweet.
Like your old aunt. But anyway, I'm going to translate this. Riva le preguntaba a Olivia sobre Guts, su nuevo álbum. Decía que pues los álbums de alguna manera son como una foto Polaroid que representa el momento por el que está pasando un artista en su vida. Olivia le decía sí, exactamente así, muy bien puesto. ¿Qué estaba o en qué estado mental estaba ella cuando empezó a escribir este álbum? Y le preguntaba sobre la anticipación de este álbum. Y ella decía que obviamente es muy diferente la experiencia, porque ahora sí hay mucha anticipación, a diferencia de la primera vez que apenas estaba mostrándole al mundo quién era, y que sí estaba nerviosa, pero que componer este álbum lo que le enseñó fue un poco más el arte y de la manufactura de la música, que no puedes depender de si ese día estás inspirado o no, sino que tienes que mostrarte a trabajar, aparecerte a trabajar y hacer lo que tienes que hacer, no importa en qué estado mental o físico te encuentres. Hay que hacer el trabajo, y bueno, acá le decíamos con todo el corazón del mundo que es muy profesional, que nos impacta que es una chica muy joven y que a pesar de eso, pues es una mujer muy disciplinada, que obviamente por algo está donde está. And Olivia, this gets serious every time. More and more serious.
Very formal.
I feel like us as, you know, like as the listeners to your music, to your stories, to everything that you do, we sort of get to know you through that. You know, like most people don't get this chance we're getting right now to sit across from you and see how nice and, you know, disciplined and everything you are. What would you hope that people discover through this new album, and what is it that you hope they see that you are?
Yeah, that's a great question. I think this new album, Guts, is definitely a lot more fun than Sour. I think I was a happier person, and therefore the music's a little happier. And some of the songs are a little tongue-in-cheek and a little funny. And I don't know, I'm just really excited to show that side of me in my music. I think it doesn't take itself too seriously in a good way.
Oh, that's fantastic. That's really surprising, you know?
Yeah, you have to see.
Gaby le hacía una gran pregunta a Olivia sobre el hecho de este nuevo álbum, este nuevo momento de su vida, sobre qué expectativas tiene de pronto que sus fanáticos puedan descubrir de ella en este momento, de quién es, qué le gustaría que la gente que escuche este nuevo álbum sepa de ella misma. Y Olivia le decía que pues, es un álbum en el que está más feliz que de pronto cuando escribió Sour, entonces hay canciones más alegres, más divertidas, más ligeras, y dice que es una manera de pronto de no tomarse muy en serio de una buena manera.
Riva, vamos a dejar esta conversación hasta aquí, pero seguimos a través de Facebook Live por LOS40 para que escuchen toda la charla que tenemos con Olivia Rodrigo, que todavía hay más y se va a poner aún mejor. Así que ahí los esperamos en Facebook Live LOS40 México.
Así, ahí seguimos entonces. Olivia, from Sour to Guts, in capital letters.
Yes.
Four letter words. You
Love
said
it.
that you've had that album title in you from a long time ago. I love that word, guts. In Spanish, it's entraña.
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 Oh, I love
It's
that.
such a powerful word. Yeah? From what moment you knew it had potential to be like the album title?
Yeah, I mean, I came up with it a long time ago. I came up with it kind of while I was making Sour, so probably about 2 or 3 years ago. And I love four-letter words. I think they're really powerful and like cutting. And so I thought, oh, it'll be a perfect album title. I think I wrote a song called like Hate Your Guts or Hate My Guts or something. And I was like, that's such an interesting phrase. I feel like guts is a very powerful word that has so many different meanings. And so, yeah, made it the second album title.
Well, it's a magical word, you know. It recalls like instinct also.
Totally.
Yeah. Was something instinctive for you, like while you were writing this album?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I think so much of making music is just trusting your intuition. And I think this time around, I definitely had more confidence in order to trust that intuition. So I'm happy about that.
I'm just going to point out there that we both have 4-letter names.
Oh, yeah.
They sound really powerful. Riva,
Yeah.
Gaby.
I like you guys so much.
Now
We get
they're going to
along.
be cool because of you. Thank you, Olivia. Bueno, les cuento un poco de lo que Riva le estaba preguntando. Le preguntaba del título del álbum, que igual son 4 letras, Guts, que en qué momento decidió que ese era el título potencial para su próximo álbum. Y Olivia decía que desde que estaba escribiendo Sour lo supo, que le parecía muy poderoso tener una palabra de 4 letras para representar lo que estaba viviendo y que además, bueno, tiene muchos significados. Riva le decía, en español significa entraña, aunque realmente en inglés significa como valentía. Tiene un poco más ese contexto. Y Riva le preguntaba, bueno, hablando de eso, de guts específicamente, de esta parte instintiva que tiene la música, ¿qué tanto hay de eso en lo que ella compone? Y Olivia decía que pues gran parte de lo que haces es confiar en ti mismo y en lo que piensas que va a funcionar o en lo que piensas que tienes que decir, y al final pues eso es lo que representa guts. And I think this is going to be difficult to answer, but I feel like putting yourself out there and writing music and just like, you know, knowing that a lot of people is waiting for that music takes a lot of guts.
True.
And I want to ask you, being in such a young age and, you know, like having all this success that you have, how have you built that confidence and especially that, I guess, bravery to put yourself out there and those guts that you need to release an album and your music and everything you do?
Yeah. I mean, it's not always easy. Sometimes I get, you know, really nervous and really insecure. It's a very, I don't know, you just open yourself up to a lot. That's kind of a scary feeling sometimes. But I just love writing songs. It's my favorite thing in the world to do. And I just love sitting alone at the piano. It's just kind of what makes me the happiest. So I think I just try to focus on that and try to focus on the positive. And I have really wonderful people around me that always give me courage and confidence. So that definitely helps.
Definitely, yeah. That's the most important thing in the world. I think nobody gets anywhere alone.
Totally.
No one.
Totally.
Yeah.
Definitely. Gaby le estaba preguntando a Olivia por el hecho, bueno, de guts, sabemos que significa valentía, de la valentía que justamente tiene Olivia Rodrigo al presentarse frente al mundo totalmente transparente, escribiendo canciones que son tan personales, tan de ella, y pues que de dónde toma toda esta valentía para lanzarse al mundo, hacer música y presentarla con esa naturalidad con la que la hace. Y Olivia dice pues que no siempre es fácil de hacer, muchas veces tal vez se siente insegura o nerviosa, pero pues que escribir canciones es lo que más ama hacer en el mundo y eso se siente. And we're thankful that you love writing songs. We love that.
Do we sound like you when we speak in Spanish? Do you feel like we're actually representing?
Oh my gosh, I wish that I could speak Spanish so bad. You guys sound beautiful.
We're trying to
Thank
be
you.
so accurate.
Yeah. But I always wonder, like, is she thinking that we're maybe saying something else?
No, I trust you guys.
We're not.
I trust
We would
you.
never do that.
We would never do that. Yeah. We honor your trust.
Of course.
Entonces estábamos hablando, Olivia, lo que más ama hacer en el mundo es escribir canciones y entregarlas, que obviamente sí siente esos nervios y esa angustia y esa ansiedad, pero pues que por encima de todo está esa gasolina que le da el querer hacer música, sentarse al piano y escribir, que es lo que nos regala pues con cada una de sus canciones y por lo cual yo siento es la gran clave de por qué Olivia Rodrigo es tan grande en lo que hace y por qué conecta con todos nosotros sin importar la edad que tengamos.
De acuerdo.
I was saying that no matter at what age we are like Gaby said, 100 years over than you.
Every time I
Not
talk.
even.
All the world connects with your music. There's something universal in the way you write. Like that's so raw and authentic that we're so thankful for that. I just wanted to say that.
Yeah,
You're so
definitely.
sweet. Thank you. That means a lot. Yeah, I think that's something so beautiful about music is that if you're truthful and you're honest, that someone anywhere can find something to relate to in it. And I think that's why I am so in love with music. It's just that universal relatability like you were talking about.
Bueno, voy a tratar de traducir un poco. Riva le decía, creemos que justo esa honestidad y ese corazón con el que haces las cosas es lo que hace que la gente, incluso nosotras que somos 200 años más grandes que Olivia Rodrigo, no le digan a nadie, pero es verdad, nos identifiquemos con las canciones y ella dice que eso es lo más bonito de la música, el saber que tú escribes desde cierta parte de tu corazón y que siempre va a haber algo con lo que la gente se identifique y que haga universal lo que estás haciendo. Olivia, talking about relating to people, we were just talking about our Twilight moment. And I have to ask you about this because everyone's talking about it everywhere in the world that you love Twilight. We all love Twilight. Not everyone has the guts to admit it, but we all love Twilight.
Love it.
Which Colin represents you the most?
Oh,
That's a
oh my
great
God,
question.
that is an awesome question. I love Alice Cullen. She was
knew
always
you were
my
going to say
favorite.
that.
I think she had the coolest haircut. I thought she was super smart and like cool and interesting. So that's a great question. I've never gotten asked that before.
Yes.
Fantastic. Oh my God. Qué gran pregunta.
Would you like to know the future in any way? Like, because I always thought that her gift was a curse a little bit.
Yeah. It definitely would be overwhelming, but she uses it for good in the movie. So I don't know. Gotta take it where you can get it.
Love it.
Estábamos hablando del momento Twilight porque no mucha gente tiene la valentía para aceptar que le gusta Twilight. Sabemos que a Olivia le encanta.
Todos les gusta,
a
no
Gaby
mientan.
Camp también le encanta, lo sabemos por supuesto. Y pues la pregunta que le hacía Gaby a Olivia era que ¿qué Colin siente que la representa más? Y Olivia dice muy emocionada pues que le encantó la pregunta y que definitivamente Alice, algo que yo sabía que iba a decir, I knew you were going to say Alice, you're like, just like her.
Thank
y
you.
que decía que obviamente tenía el corte de pelo más cool, era la más interesante y Gaby le preguntaba sobre, bueno, pero te gustaría también tener su don, porque era un don, pero también una maldición, el poder ver el futuro. Y ella decía, pues tal vez sí, tal vez no.
Sí, es para ayudar, dice
Sí.
ella. Riva, who do you relate to the most?
I'm Edward. No.
Emmett.
He was cute.
I'm
He was
playful.
cute.
I'm that kind of person. Like,
I don't know. I love Alice also. Yeah, she was the coolest.
She's a cool girl.
Yeah, she's the cool one. You wanted to be like her.
Yeah.
and she's gorgeous as well.
Yeah.
Beautiful girl.
Aquí hablábamos de quién seríamos nosotros. Acá Riva dice, yo también sería Alice, tiene el mejor cabello, es muy bonita. Yo la verdad es que confesé que yo sería Emmett porque soy como tosca, torpe, juguetona. Así nos gusta la vida aquí en los 40. ¿no?
La vida al extremo. Olivia, and let's talk about the visual part for this new era. You always keep it like so fresh, crisp, and simple. I love it. It's so clean. How are you feeling yourself, like growing up? You moved to New York also.
Yeah.
And there's so many inspirations behind that visually also.
Yeah, we kept it purple this album cycle, which I'm really happy about. I love when artists can be like cohesive over their career, and I feel like purple is kind of this color that I'm really drawn to. Yeah, I think that the visuals are definitely a little more mature, kind of reflecting me growing up. And I'm still drawn to kind of these like kind of rock punkier images, but I just think just want to present them in a more sophisticated way this time around.
And you're nailing it. Come on.
Thanks.
Bueno, Riva le preguntaba sobre los visuales del álbum, sobre pues todo lo que ha cambiado en su vida, que se mudó a Nueva York. Y Olivia le decía que a ella le gustan los artistas que tienen un estilo como que tiene coherencia, que siempre identificas quién es, que ella desde el principio decidió que fuera el morado, que eso es lo que quería hacer, que se sigue sintiendo un poco atraída al punk y al rock y a esos estilos, pero que quiere hacerlo como de una forma más sofisticada. Y aquí le decíamos, lo estás logrando maravillosamente. Olivia, we were talking actually about this before you got in, and I think, you know, you have grown pretty much in front of everyone, and I feel like when you put your sort of stepped into the world, like into the music industry and the, you know, the entertainment industry, people kind of got one idea of who you were at that age. How, or is it hard for you to kind of like grow up and sort of let people know that you are actually growing up and that it's that we are all growing up, but
Right.
it's obviously when you are not the person who's in camera, you tend to think she's that girl, and then you see another girl in a couple of years.
Yeah, totally. I think I felt really confused about that more so when I was doing acting. I was like, everyone knows me for this character that I don't, you know, isn't me, and it kind of felt a little strange, but I think that's such a wonderful thing about being a songwriter is people get to know such a vulnerable, intimate version of you through your songs, and so I feel more seen than ever, and I feel really close to the people who listen to my music because I feel like they know me in a certain way, you know what I mean? Just because music's so vulnerable and personal.
Yeah, very personal.
Definitely, beautiful. Gaby le preguntaba a Olivia por el hecho de, pues Olivia creció frente a nuestros ojos prácticamente desde muy pequeña, actuando y ahora pues por supuesto con su carrera musical, que qué tan difícil es justamente crecer y darse cuenta que de pronto las personas se imaginan una cosa que de pronto no ella es y que entiendan que pues está creciendo como todos lo estamos haciendo. Pues Olivia le decía pues que el hecho lo sentía un poco más difícil cuando actuaba, pero que al estar en una carrera musical y presentarse como compositora hace que la gente la vea de una manera mucho más vulnerable, más real, más sincera, y pues que se entiende que está creciendo a medida que también su música está evolucionando. Entonces que el proceso de pasar de actriz a ser músico la ha llevado justamente a que ese crecimiento se sienta de una manera mucho más natural y orgánica, por decirlo así. Olivia, we could be hours with you.
Yes.
Talking. You are so amazing, and you're just like your music.
Oh,
Fantastic. Yeah, getting to know you has been a pleasure. Thank you for being with us.
oh my gosh, the
on
pleasure's all
LOS40.
mine.
It's an honor to have you here with us. Thank you for your new music. The world is in awe to listen to Guts from the first track to the, how many tracks it will have?
12.
12 tracks.
Okay.
Yes, 12. Ya tendremos 12 tracks en Guts. Olivia Rodrigo estuvo con nosotros. Gaby, qué placer compartir este momento contigo como siempre.
Igualmente. No tenemos mucho más que decir, más que esta mujer está donde está. Ya descubrieron por qué en esta entrevista aquí en LOS40. Sigan con nosotros y nos vemos la próxima. Adiós.
Adios, gracias.
Love it.